What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here on the All Empathy Aside podcast. This is going to be episode 6. And today we have a special guest. You've seen him on the channel before. We played a 3v3 on a 3-point challenge, I believe. We did a 3v3 once and a 1v1 with the 3-point challenge. A lot of things have changed since the last time he's been on this channel. And I wanted to bring him on just to talk about all the changes that he's gone through. And there's going to be some gems that he's going to be able to give out to every one of us, and we can learn from it. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my guest today, EZ3. Is that cool if I can still call you EZ3?
Yes, sir. It's still going. That's still going.
All right, that's still going. So, bro, last time you were on the channel, you, how I recall it, you were doing semi-pro basketball.
Yeah.
You had your clothing brand going on, right?
Yeah.
And then I would say you had an injury, no? That kind of...
It was a minor injury. It was an ankle injury.
My ankle injury.
Yeah.
And then from what because I noticed you were in the gym a lot, hooping a lot.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just started, I felt like you were getting away from that. Like, well, what happened in that transition from when you were hooping every day? It was like the top of your mind kind of deal, and then it just switched around to what you're doing now.
Yeah, I just, first of all, thank you for having me on your podcast.
I appreciate it, bro.
Next, I just kind of, well, the COVID hit, you know, I knew I didn't want to work a 9 to 5 the rest of my life. I knew that basketball, you traveled a lot, and because I've done it. We actually became a professional league shortly after. I told you I was playing semi-pro. Right. We became a professional league, the UBL, and COVID happened, gyms shut down, so I had to figure out another way to hustle and make money.
True.
And I decided to start a company, EZ Landscaping. It's came a long way. I went from 1 company to 4.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's a little different. I love basketball. It saved me when my grandmother died. But I wouldn't say the chapter's closed. Right. It's kind of on pause right now until I build a great foundation for these companies. Right. But I do like it's a close second, if not first. Basketball, I love it to death. I love it, bro. Saying I love it is an understatement. But I also love the farm life, the ranch life, what you see today, you know. Right. So it's close. The feeling that basketball gives me, the farm life is right there with it. Damn. Having animals, caring for your animals, getting up early to feed them, stuff like that. So yeah, the transition, it kind of happened. It just kind of happened. I worked with my brother for 4 years. He has a remodeling company as well. Worked with him after graduating, worked with him for a few years, and then hit the gym pretty hard after high school too. Got the opportunity to play in the UBL. Won a championship, 2020 champions.
Congrats.
2021 champions. Thank you. Ring hasn't got here yet, but it's already ordered. So that's something nobody can ever take from you, bro.
Yeah, that's dope shit.
Yeah, we worked hard to get there, but like I said, the transition just kind of happened. Yeah. I realized that COVID, it kind of knocked me into a new lane, so I had to figure something out.
And how old are you, bro?
I'm 23.
23. 23. You got 4 businesses, highly successul.
Appreciate it. Glory to God.
And just being here, I ain't gonna front anybody. Like it's very inspiring. Just straight off top to come somewhere where it's completely quiet. As soon as I parked here, I couldn't even hear my tinnitus. Yeah. Or tinnitus, whatever the shit's called. It was just peaceful, and I love it out here, man. So I'm pretty sure you're enjoying this shit. And
I love it.
You feel refreshed every single day.
I love it. By choice, I won't ever go back to the city. I won't.
So before we like really delve into like the businesses and all that aspect, like you said, basketball was one of your first 2 loves, right? Yeah. And it helped you cope with the loss of your grandmother, right? And I could really sympathize and empathize with that because I went through it early on at a young age, and basketball was like literally my outlet. Right. For you, like explain to the viewer like how much basketball actually helped you get through those dark times, and what about the sport, like in all its intricacies that you love about it, like what's everything about basketball that means to you?
It means the world to me, bro. It still does. Even if I were to close that chapter in my life and never touch a basketball again, I'd be okay for the simple fact that when my grandmother died, I didn't touch a ball for 6 months. Damn. Yeah, I didn't touch a ball for 6 months. I fell into depression. I was good at hiding it, and it helped me. I started to fall in love with the ball going through the net, how the ball sounds on different gym floors, the squeaky shoes, the wiping the shoes before the game starts, the competition, the noise talking, stuff like that. It's a fire, bro, to me. It's fighting fire. It's adding gasoline to the fire. I love basketball. My grandmother died, bro, but when my grandmother died, it was a switch that you can't turn off, and it'll never be turned off. It's a hustle now. At first I thought it was just basketball. I wanted to get to the league, stuff like that. But now it's kind of like God put me like, hey, I'm gonna let you go to basketball from here to here, so you can learn how to work hard. Not just in basketball, not just on the court, but in every aspect of life. That's why I got 4 companies now. But to answer your question, what basketball means to me, it means the world to me, bro. It saved me.
Yeah,
it saved me. It is an outlet when you. Whether it's a stressful day at work or you don't want to talk to anybody, basketball's always there. I don't think you'll ever get tired of hearing the ball bounce on the floor or hear it go through the net, or the squeaky shoes, or you just working on it by yourself. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It's just you in that gym. You fall in love with it. You fall in love with it.
No, that's shit. You said the same things I would have said about the sport too. It's how would I put it? It's a drug for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's my high.
Yeah, it's a natural high, bro. You can't buy that. You can't duplicate it, and it's based on the work that you put in.
Yeah.
And you were skilled as hell. Y'all check out the videos that I have with him where we did that 3v3 at the Griggs and 3-point contest. But so how tall are you?
6'3".
6'3", right?
Yes, sir.
I'm about like 5'11", 6 foot. I'll say 6 foot for the camera. so at 6'3", there's a difference of like attack points that you can have at your height versus my height, right? And I remember when I hoop with you, you have this, you stop on a dime very well. You drive right or drive left, it don't matter which one. And as soon as you stop on a dime, it is hard.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to deal with it, right? Yeah. I never shut it down, but I gave him a good run.
Yeah.
So when did you? Because I'm pretty sure you learned the game throughout. You learned it, but to me that stop on a dime was like killer from your part of your game.
Yeah.
When did you pick that up, and when did you know like that was an elite like style of play that you could have at your height, and also to be able to stop on a dime?
In high school, bro, I watched a lot of people watch Steph Curry, but I think I jumped on the wagon kind of early. I don't just watch him. I studied his feet. His feet are slightly slanted to the right. His elbow, his hip, and his hand don't go past his. When he shoots, his elbow, his knee, his elbow, and his hip are all lined up on the right side of his body. His hand doesn't go back to the back of his head.
Right.
It stays in front the whole time. And he shoots on the way up instead of finding that shot in midair. But Steph Curry, if you look at him and you pay attention to his game, he's always moving his feet. Always, whether he has the ball or not, whether he's doing a move or not. Most people when they cross, it's a 1-2 step cross. He'll do 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 steps.
Right.
And that's what I noticed the difference in him, and that's how I learned how to play like that. Be able to. It doesn't matter. I was never the fastest. I was never the fastest, but you couldn't stop the shot.
Right.
I mean, even 20 pounds heavier after winning a championship, I don't think anybody would still be able to stop the shot just because it's so quick.
Yeah.
It takes me less than a second to get the ball out of my hand.
Right.
So I don't have to be the fastest, but I think the shot's still there. I still put up shots here and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, I miss it, but it's I think what I'm doing now, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no, and I definitely just wanted to dive into it for those that be hooping. Because I know I got viewers that hoop. I got a younger brother that's learning the game.
Yeah.
And so I always tell them, like, you got to practice on your craft.
You have to.
You can't just go to the court and just want to run games. Like,
yeah.
Practicing is what's going to translate to those games.
It took me 2 years to get the shot that I have.
Damn.
2 years. I completely changed it. My trainer, Doug, he helped me a lot. He never charged me a dime. He knew I'd be successful. And
I think I still see him at the 24.
Yeah, he still goes. He still goes.
Shout out Doug, man.
Yeah, shout out to Doug, man. He put in a lot of hours with me. A lot of hours, a lot.
Yeah.
And he never complained. We got up, did 5 a.m.s, 3 a.m.s. We stayed in the gym 8 hours one summer every day.
Shit.
I would just eat and sleep and go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's it. And so shout out to Doug. I appreciate him. He's still a part of my life. And I appreciate him.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I see him every now and then in the court still putting up buckets. All right, bro. So let's transition into what? Pandemic started officially like in March
2020.
2020. Yeah. And I do remember you transitioning from the clothing brand of EZ3 to then creating your companies, right? Yes, so what was the first company that you created moving away from the clothing?
EZ Landscaping.
Landscaping.
Yeah, landscaping. It was, everybody needs it. Mm-hmm. In today's day, nobody wants to cut their own yard. Mm-hmm. Once you get into the good neighborhoods, they want to be the best yard on the block. Mm-hmm. Compared to the neighbors. So it picked up quick. This is my second year, it'll be my second summer. Mm-hmm. And thank God we've been very successful. Yeah. What I've completed in a year, thank God most people have to do it in, it takes 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. I put in a lot of work, bro. It was at a point where I was working at 5:30 in the morning. I take off from here and get home 12 midnight. Mm. Damn. The strength to do that strictly came from God, because I look back now and I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do that again. But right. I did that for about 6 months. Wow. Yeah, Skylar, she's like, hey, what about me? My dad would tell me, hey, don't work so much. Work's always going to be work, right. And he's right. At first, I used to try to get every dollar just because you're first starting and stuff. And now, thankfully, thank God I have the opportunity. And I can say, hey, well, I don't want this job. Or, hey, yeah, I want this job instead. Right. So thank God I have the opportunity to do that.
And so I remember it did, transition into the landscaping, and I don't know if I remember you were creating a brand as well, like right. A logo for it.
Yeah.
So before you got into the landscaping, like, how did you go about promoting that business and getting it out there? Like, what would you say would be your first steps for someone out there trying to start something like that?
Start with family and friends. Mm-hmm. Don't give them a discount. The right people. The reason I say don't give them a discount, because business is business. Right. And family is family, Mm-hmm. Business, we all got to make a living. If you ever want to make a living off of it, know your value. Mm-hmm. And don't give discounts. Or the very, very beginning, I started doing it for free. I would cut my mom's grass, my dad's grass, my brother's. Mm-hmm. But as you learn and as you gain the experience and as you go, you increase your price, and whatever you feel you're worth is what you do. So that's how I started, but it started with just me and my dad. Mm. Yeah, shout out to my dad. He's a hell of a dad. He always told me I could do it. So I appreciate that, man. He had a rough life growing up, and he always told me I could do it, and he's never doubted me even to this day. So shout out to my pops.
No, that's a good man right there. I've known him, and your family's always been supportive, even way back then when we were growing up. So they're dope people, man. Yeah, I remember, I don't know if they ever told you, I got pulled over when I was like 12 years old, and I was surrounded by like 4 cop cars for whatever reason. They pulled up on the side. I think it was your mom and your dad, and they were like, yo, is everything all right? And this and that. And they were talking to the cops for me. And I was like, I'm a minor, 12 years old, driving a car. And so they checked on me, they made sure I was good. So, but they're dope people.
Good. They've always welcomed somebody. My mom taught me, my dad taught me, my grandma taught me, hey, you always offer a cup of water and a taco. Mm-hmm. You never tell nobody they can't have a glass of water or a taco, stuff like that. My mom is like the neighborhood mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And with my older brothers and their friends like you, and then with my friends growing up as well, they're the mom and dad to the neighborhood. So
hell yeah. They're
great people. I'm thankful for them, and one day I hope to repay them or try to repay them for what they've done for me in this life.
Right. That's dope. No, they're great people, bro.
Yeah.
So how did you get like because you started a brand new company, right? You get into the landscaping, you had to get away from the 9 to 5, right? So to get away from the 9 to 5 and start a company, like how do you go about getting just that company out there and having customers?
In today's day, social media, bro. Mm-hmm. Just know whoever's starting a company, if you'll get 100 views before you get 100 likes. Mm. Even when it feels like nobody's watching, post it. If you get no likes, post it. Somebody's watching and somebody's going to need you.
Right.
Somebody's going to need that. And the right people come along. For every family member or friend that doesn't support you, there's 3 strangers that will. That's kind of what I live by, and I'm a living proof it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true, but marketing is a big thing in today's day. I post on Facebook. I join all types of groups, the neighborhood groups on Facebook and stuff. And if I see somebody needing lawn service, I put my information, and it took off like fire from there.
Damn. Yeah.
At first, I would have to put my information, hope I get a call. Now it's kind of like I get 20 to 30 calls a day.
Damn.
Yeah, I get up to 4 to 5 estimates a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, are you the main person that handles those calls, or do you also have
Yeah, I'm the full-time estimator.
Gotcha.
I'm also the owner. Skylar is my assistant. She was a funny story. She was working at Target when we bought this house, and she didn't like it. She hated it. I said, "Hey, well come work for me." She was leaving at 3 a.m. to be there at 4 and get off at 12.
Wow.
So I said, "Hey, quit. Come work for me." She said, "Yeah, but bills," which is normal. That's normal worry for a human. I said, "Hey, you got faith the size of a mustard seed. You can move a mountain." So we did that. We struggled, bro. We struggled, and we got through it. God was with us, and we got through it. I think there's beauty in the struggle.
It is.
After going through it and going through the struggle and getting the reward for it, I would say I like the struggle more. Not necessarily money-wise, but to have to build it, to have to get it out there, there's beauty in the struggle, bro. Yeah. There's definitely beauty in the struggle, and it teaches you to appreciate things more.
Yeah, there's a will, there's a way,
Yeah,
especially during the struggle. That's what it's really about,
absolutely
having the will to win. Surviving.
It's got to be
survival of the fittest type shit.
Yeah, and I just it's got to be in you, not on you. As long as you have faith in God and undying passion for what you do, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
So then you went from landscaping, and what was your next?
I built the foundation for landscaping.
Okay.
I wanted to have a good foundation. I built a good foundation, then I went to remodeling.
Remodeling.
Yeah. Went to remodeling. I've been around both my whole life. I worked with my brother for 4 years. My dad did it, his whole life.
I was about to say, so where did you get these skills of landscaping and remodeling? So
my dad, so when he was 17, he was a foreman for a landscaping company. He was a landscaper. He worked in landscaping. I believe he told me 6 years.
Damn.
Yeah, he's good at landscaping.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he does. Anything, I think so. He did 6 years landscaping. He was 17, and then he was the foreman. And remodeling, he's kind of done his whole life. So I kind of I used to go to work with him, stuff like that, and kind of picked it up. Now I wish I would have paid attention more, of course, but I think we've made up a little bit for the times that you're young and you don't really think you're gonna do that, and you're like, I don't need this. But it's not just about making it to the NBA or the MLB. It's, for example, when the storm happened, who do you need? Athletes or people to go work on the power and stuff. So. Anyways, just to get back on track, I think my dad, he's been around their whole life, showed all of us. All of my brothers didn't stick with it. Some did, some didn't. And I'm grateful that he showed me. And I said, hey, why not? It's another source of income.
Right.
It's a second business. I want to be able to pass it down. I want to be able to break generational curses, God willingly.
Hell yeah, bro.
I had good parents growing up, but when I say generational curses, like, not broke, not poor, My dad, he made it. My grandma was a warrior. She kept her faith in God, and they pushed through. And my mom and dad, we struggled growing up a little bit too, and they pushed through, kept their faith in God, and I think that's why I have a lot of faith.
Right.
Because it's crazy what faith can do, bro. It's absolutely crazy what faith can do, and it's something he's always done. So I kind of just pick up off of him, and he's done remodeling, landscaping, plumbing, electricity. You name it. He even worked on cars for a little while. So
wow, that's skills, bro. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it was self-taught.
Yeah, he didn't have YouTube. He bought books to study plumbing and electricity. So
damn,
it was hard for him, but now that man can have whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll make sure of him and my mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it started. I went with landscaping. It was, I thought it was easy. That's why I started with landscaping. But you got to learn the flowers, the grass, the soil, if it's acidic or alkaline. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So I made the
just saying
mistake
that's
thinking it was easy. Yeah. Right. I made the mistake thinking it was easy. It wasn't, but we got past it. Started with landscaping, built the foundation, jumped to EZ Solutions for remodeling.
Okay.
And then partnered up on my third business, trailer and trucking, with Moses and Miguel. Shout out to Moses and Miguel. They came to me and said, hey, we want to get out of the 9-to-5. We see you did it. They graduated a year before me. Mm-hmm. I said, hey, that's amazing. Let's do it. I'll show you what I did, what worked for me. Mm-hmm. And as you go, you can learn on your own as well. Mm-hmm. They said, yeah. So we started that in December of this last year. Thank God it's taken off fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. Working on buying an 18-wheeler sometime this year to get it on the road, God willingly, to another source of income.
Right.
And then we just started our fourth business with real estate, buying, flipping, and investing and stuff like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
It's a lot, but
so with all these four businesses now, like, so say, I'm guessing because it's landscaping, it wouldn't be landscaping season right now because of the weather?
So we're actually making that
by the transition into
that transition, yeah.
Right. So for these businesses, I'm gonna assume like they have a peak demand at a certain point of the year.
Especially landscaping.
Okay.
It's probably from March to like November.
Okay.
But what I do is, so the IRS, if you make too much money in one company, they'll cap you out. They'll cap you out your profits, and you can only make so much. Sure. So what it is you can make money through both businesses and split the profits. And they won't teach you this.
Right.
You can split the profits, and they'll never be able to cap you off. But I try to landscaping, since it's seasonal, it's only for 6 months. So I go hard for those 6 months, and then we rest and we transition to remodeling. Go for 6 months, from December to April. Yeah. So maybe a little less than 6 months, and then we transition back to landscaping.
Damn.
Now in the summer, remodeling still picks up, and we still take on remodeling jobs. I got crews for all companies. But yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, and with you said the trunk and
trailer and trucking.
Yeah. So what's the difference with that company, and how does it?
That's a little different. That's it was new for me as well, because EZ Landscaping and Remodeling, it's kind of like, it's similar. It's different industries, but it's similar. This trailer and trucking, it's a different industry. The requirements are a little different. So, and we also do hot shot under the trailer and trucking. Okay. So the requirements are a little different. That you got to have a dot number, certain insurance, certain amount of insurance, stuff like that. You got to have separate insurances, gas cards and stuff like that. So it's a little different.
Right.
It's a little different. We go and pick up loads. Like I was telling you, 350 you fill, we drop it off. 450 we fill, and we'll get in and get out. And thankfully, it's been going good, bro.
Damn.
It's been going good.
And so like for all these companies, you have to create like, and again, I'm no knowledge in creating companies, right? But I'm assuming you have to create like an LLC.
LLC. I have 4 LLCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for each one.
Yeah, 4 LLCs.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that too.
It's hard work, but it's an amazing feeling.
Right.
Amazing feeling.
And so with those companies and the LLCs, right? So like you said, you're the main one that manages all the jobs.
Right.
So at what point do you feel like, all right, say you got a call for every single job, how do you filter that out?
So when I answer the phone, I say, hey, this is, I just say EZ Services because it's kind of an all-around thing. And they say, yeah, is this EZ Landscaping? Yeah, it's EZ Landscaping. What can I help you with? They kind of say, hey, well, I got dead bushes. The freeze killed this, and this. I want to bring my flower beds back to life. So what I do is we have a QuickBooks for every company. What I do, we have a schedule in QuickBooks. QuickBooks is just something to keep up with numbers, records, invoices, receipts, stuff like that. Right. So they tell me if it's a landscaping job, I send it to Skylar and say, hey, this is landscaping, get it on schedule. And then she'll reply with a time and date to see if that works. A customer through the message, and if that works, they'll say, hey, that works, that's perfect. Right. If not, we figure something out for the customer and ourselves.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so she's...
That's dope, man. I mean...
I'm the head, but she does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. Like, hearing these kind of things, it's like I said, it's inspiring as hell because we could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, the way I put it, my man, is it's harder to work a 9-to-5 the rest of your life, and it's harder to start a business. Just choose your hard. Choose your hard. It's going to be hard either way.
I heard that shit.
Choose your hard.
Choose your heart. That's good. I like that.
Choose your hard. I don't think we should work 9-to-5 for 50 to 60 years just to retire and be off 11 and die. We were made for more. God made us for more than just to work, pay bills, and die.
Right.
Everybody has a purpose, and everybody has greatness in them.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think everybody plays a role, and God made everybody for a specific reason.
Yeah. Damn. Because honestly, for me, that's the whole point of the YouTube for me.
Yeah.
Was to find a way to get away from that 9-to-5 life. Because I enjoy just creating content and just to create.
That's what you love.
Right. So, like, do what you love, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, it's a little different. You know, the success is different on the whole creative skill.
I respect it, though, because you got to edit, you got to make the video, you got to go through different scenes several times. So I tip my hat off to you.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir.
Trying to get the you though, for sure. Yeah, but no, it's fascinating though, because we come from Pleasant Grove, right? Pleasant Grove, Southeast Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
We literally live like a block away from each other, but over there, like all the blocks are really integrated with each other regardless. Yeah. But like for you to come from Pleasant Grove at the age of now 23, the fact that you...
I moved when I was 21.
Moved when you were 21. You're able to get out of Pleasant Grove, right? Which is, I don't think it's as bad as it was when I was growing up anymore. I don't think it's as bad as it is.
It's calmed down a lot.
It's calmed down a lot for sure. Because, you know, you have older brothers and, you know, I was
Nobody can touch me. Just because I had 3 older brothers.
Right. And, you know, we all grew up around that shit. So for you to move out of that area and to be as successful as you are at 23, bro, like, what does it mean to you, like, to know that? Like, I came from Pleasant Grove. What school you go to?
I went to Inspired Vision off of Bruton at 635.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inspired Vision.
Inspired Vision. It's a private school, academy.
Gotcha. Yeah. I ain't even heard of that school.
Yeah.
But that's good, though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But to make it out of Pleasant Grove, well, what does that shit mean to you? Like, all right, fuck it. All the odds are stacked against you in this goddamn area, because it's not even like the area. It's just the situation in that area.
Yeah.
It could drain you. It could pull you into certain different avenues, right?
Without you even realizing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what that shit, and I'm wondering, like, one of your brothers put you on to make you think outside the box and not get involved with the shit that goes on out there. What helped you mold yourself to get out of there?
I think seeing what my older brothers did, I think I'm no better than them. I'll never think I'm better than them. They would talk to me and say, hey, don't do the mistakes I did. Don't do this, don't do that. You know, and statistically proven because of the area, I was either supposed to be dead, sell drugs, or go to jail.
Right.
So you get a deck of cards, you know, that you didn't pick. You're just kind of dealt. You got to deal with them in life. And life is your deck of cards. And I reshuffled as many times as I needed to make it out the hood. I learned from this. I learned from this. I learned from this. And I learned from this. And just kind of, I learned a lot at all my brothers.
And shout out to all of them, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to all of them.
All of them, bro.
All of them played a role in my life.
Right.
All of them played a role in my life, especially because I was a baby. You know, and I just kind of learned from the mistakes, and they would talk to me and say, hey, this is a mistake I made. Don't make the same mistake. So I think they cut my mistakes in half.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted more. I knew I wanted freedom. Like, having businesses, it's cool. It's the money is sometimes nice, but to me, it's not even about the money. It's the freedom. If I want to take my mom to lunch on a Tuesday, I don't have to worry about going to clock back in.
Right.
You know, and I'm blessed for that opportunity and blessed to be into this position. And my buddies always ask me, hey, you know, you got money. Yeah, money's cool, but money's not everything. And money is not everything. It's spending time with people you love and spending time with, you know, being able to do something and time, bro. Time is something you can't get back.
You can't, bro.
And a lot of us wish we could rewind it. A lot of us wish we could pause it, you know, and a lot of us wish we could replay a moment. You don't know the value of a moment till it's gone.
Exactly.
And I think I reshuffled my deck of cards as many times as I needed to.
Bro, the fact that you got that mindset at the age you got, like, that's fucking amazing. Because I could relate to it, you know, seeing my older brother and my dad go through certain things. I could learn, like, don't do that, you know? And then even you get examples from your friends that fuck up bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, stay away from that or don't get involved in that. But bro, the whole time thing, the whole freedom thing, I'm pretty sure you and I ain't alone in as being one of the main things that people want, and to have that, I guarantee that's a fucking amazing feeling.
Yeah, people say I hate going to work, I hate doing this, but it's more of time for me, bro. Yeah, I think it'd be more for time for a lot of people. Yeah, I think time is amazing. If you don't want to go to work on a Monday, you don't have to. Yeah, they work around. The world works like people, other clients and stuff. In my case, they go on my schedule, what I have available, stuff like that. You know. Excuse me. And I think, like I said, at the end of the day, it's time and freedom. Yeah. It's time and freedom. I think a good way to put it is, would you chase your dream if it was free? That's a good way to put it, and I would. Even if this was free and we needed no money, I would still I like the feeling of going to a customer's house, him or her not seeing the vision, and me seeing the flower bed and saying I can do this, this, and this, and bring it to life, and the customer's extremely satisfied. Right. I love that. That's a high to me. Kind of how basketball was. That's the high to me. So I like that. I like the before and after. I like the before, during, and after, stuff like that. So I love it. I love what I do. If it was free, I'd still do it. Yeah.
Damn, that's a dope ass way to look at it, because with the whole YouTube thing, I basically did it for free for 5 years.
For free, you know, because you loved it.
Yeah.
So that's the question to ask yourself. You know, whoever's watching, if the dream was free, would you still do it?
Facts, and then that tells you how bad you want something.
How bad you really want something. Yeah.
You know, especially to take a leap like that. I mean, because you were telling me before the pod of the job offers that you had and shit, that was good money too.
Yeah, so I bought this house with no income, no job. I took a leap of faith, and God rewards faith. It's impossible to please God without faith. He rewarded my faith, and that's why I live by faith. I bought this house with no income, no job. You know, I left my brother, I left Dick's Sporting Goods. And I just said, God, I'm kind of in your hands now, you know? Yeah. And he rewarded my faith, and we're here now. Yeah. The rest is history.
Shit. So what's next, bro? What's next for you? Like with all these companies, and you know, you're doing well. Like what's the next step, and then what is the end goal?
So I'm kind of at a point in my life, bro, where 5 years ago I wrote down a list of goals to complete in 5 years, and I'm at the end of that list. So now it's kind of like, when you first start, you write this list, you never think you'll get to it. And now it's like, now that I got through it, it's like, you got to ask yourself, hey, what's my next goal? What more do you want, you know? And I don't just want money. Like, my next goal is to buy my mom and dad a house, to buy my dad a brand new truck, you know, and just stuff like that, to give back to where I came from, you know? And if I can give you a piece of advice so you can succeed, I'll do it. Right. I'm not stingy. I'm not selfish. That's how the wealthy stay wealthy, because they don't share their secrets. Thanks. I made it out the hood. I want to see everybody, especially my own hood, for example. I'd love to see you, you know what I'm saying, get out the hood, buy a house on 25 acres. Yeah. You know, like you were telling me earlier, and I know it's possible. Just know it's possible. And if I could share a piece of advice to do that, I think I would. But my next goal is to buy my mom a house, buy my dad a truck, and share my knowledge to the best of my ability with other people. Give back to people every Christmas. Nobody knows this, you know. I don't have to be on social media taking a picture and saying, hey, I'm buying this homeless guy groceries. I do it, you know, and every Christmas we give, all the companies give back to families in need. So that's kind of where I'm at with goals now. Just kind of give back every year.
Just tapping into like some philanthropy.
Because I know what it feels like to want something and not have it, or to, you want this and you work for it, but it feels so far away. I know what it is to feel that and then to get it. So if I can turn around and help somebody, I will. I did promise God that when I made it and he allowed me to be successful, I'd turn around and help the next person. So he kept his end of the promise. I got to do that as well. Right.
No, that's beautiful, bro. Because shit, even, you know, not to make any of this about me, but like I always told myself, like, say this YouTube shit popped off. Yeah. Very first thing is like, how can I help us? You know, even to this day. So I think that's a natural thing, like with us, where we come from. Yeah. You know, that realm where nothing's given to you on a silver spoon. You know. Yeah. Because you see not only yourself go through a struggle, you see others, and so it's just natural.
And you definitely got to work for it. Definitely got to work for it.
Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, my goals, my list 5 years ago was material stuff. I got a house, got a truck, got trailers. You know, Skylar has her dream car. Got a 4-wheeler, got animals. That's all I wanted, bro. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Back to, it's not so much about the money. I just take the money because it's what we need to live, you know?
Right.
So, like I said, if this was free, I'd still do it.
You value that peace of mind.
Yeah, I'd still do it.
Freedom a lot more than anything.
Yeah, but 5 years ago, my list was material stuff, my goals. And I got a few more material stuff that's kind of on there, but now more than ever, more than my first list is kind of doing what money can't buy. Doing what money can't buy. So
Thanks.
That's my list right now.
Yeah. Shit, like do you take any trips anywhere? Like with your businesses and all that, or?
I can, but I'm so in the mindset of hustling.
Locked in.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in, bro. And like I said, ever since my grandma died, it's a fire and a passion and a switch that can't be turned off. So I would enjoy a trip. I do go on small trips. We've been to San Antonio. We've been to Orange Beach, Alabama. But I'm hungry for more. Yeah. That's my high, to hustle, to take over the world one customer at a time.
Damn. And so when, like, how would you look at it? Because, you know, sometimes, because that's crazy that you say, like, you taking like 1 or 2 trips. Yeah. You know, my ass, I just want to travel the world. Like, that's one thing I would love to do, right? If there's a way I could find a way to make traveling the world, how would I put it?
To get paid for?
Yeah, that'd be pretty lit. But, so there's got to be some sort of like mental approach to things, right? They have that kind of fire to where, like, it's kind of like not too much play, more. Let me get my shit in, right? Yeah. So how can you stay so leveled, right, and so consistent? Even like you can take a trip at any moment you want, anywhere, right? Right. Knowing that you have that ability, but you still are focused on this on what you're doing now. How do you stay into that zone, bro? When you're in that zone,
it takes discipline. I didn't have that at first. When I first started making money, you know, you touch more money than you would in a regular job. I would buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that. And I came to my senses and said, hey, well, you can't do that anymore, you know, or you'll never have money. And I just kind of, it fell back on discipline. I started disciplining myself and budgeting. I still budget, bro. It doesn't matter how much money I have. I'm always gonna budget. Right. Just because I have money doesn't mean I'm gonna buy this or buy that. You know, it has to make sense to me. So at the end of the day, it's discipline and consistency. Discipline, man. Discipline is, if people understood discipline, a lot more people would be successful, because you got to do it no matter. When that feeling's there, you're like, hell yeah, I'll do it. You know, I'm motivated. But when you're not motivated, when you're tired, when you're upset, when you're frustrated because you worked 100 hours a week and you didn't get any jobs and you didn't make no money, and you're up to bills in your neck, you discipline. Discipline is very important in every aspect of life. Yeah. No matter what you do. Yeah. So to answer your question, I think discipline and followed by consistency and hard work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard it there first, man. So before we close it out, bro, I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope people take a lot of shit from this, man, because I know I'm definitely going to take something from it, and we'll probably continue this conversation after this. But one of the things I normally do, the end of podcast, is something that I've taken from a friend of mine that does a podcast as well, Rob Densher, shout out to him. But he'll have a specific thing to ask for his guests. And so I was like, how can I do it and remix it, right? Yeah. But because the podcast is named All Empathy Aside, which the whole purpose of it is like, all right, how do you remove the empathy? How do you approach life? You know, like, because you kind of have to be, in the business world, you got to be just thorough, right? And so now to bring it back to the empathy side of things, what's one thing that you feel, either from yourself or from a society perspective, that we can improve on, that we kind of take for granted from an empathetic perspective?
What can we improve on?
Or what's something that you feel that you're not as like empathetic towards, that you feel like, oh shit, this is something I need to do better with?
That's a great question.
Thank you, bro.
That's a great question. I mean, that's a great question. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot. There's a lot. I don't think I have one specific, thing to kind of have, to put the empathy aside and just. I don't know. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you have to kind of think outside the box. Like, all right, and for me, well, one of the examples that I have is like when traffic, right?
Right.
So when people are upset and they cut you off, like I used to get upset with that shit, but then I used to think like maybe they got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to look at it from a completely different perspective.
It's good you say that because it's like some people, they wake up and they see a flat tire and all hell breaks loose, but in reality, maybe God saved you from getting in a bad wreck, from a machine falling over and breaking the bridge, from hitting a pothole and flipping, stuff like that. So it's just kind of, you got to be grateful for the bad things just as well as the good.
Exactly.
You never know why something happens, and if you had a flat tire that morning, it's okay. Get it aired up. Don't be on a rush to work.
Yeah.
If you got in a wreck, try to look at it as, hey, this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe something worse was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is a detour in my lane to get a new car, the new car you wanted, or something like that. So it's always, or you woke up late for work and you're upset and your boss is gonna be mad and you're gonna get a point and you're gonna get fired. Hey, sometimes it happens. Yep. We're humans.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we're humans and we get tired. We're not machines, and we got to realize that.
Yep. Yeah, take it easy on yourselves.
Yeah.
Well, bro, it's been a dope ass conversation. Let the people know where they can find you. Locally here in the DFW area?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, and cameras all yours. Let them know where they can find you. And
Easy Landscaping on Facebook, Easy Solutions. Trucking and Trailer hasn't made one yet. We got you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Elijah Salinas, Instagram, EZ3. I appreciate you for having me on the podcast, my man. I hope this ain't the last time.
Oh, no.
And we'll have another conversation. We'll drop some more gems, and I appreciate it, my man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Been your boy TGK here with EZ3. I like how we got 2 letters of 3 letters to describe our shit. We're going to catch you on the next one, guys.
All right.